Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. And yes, today we're going to be reviewing one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and that is Thebatman. This is when the Riddler, a sadistic serial killer, begins murdering key political figures in Gotham. Batman is forced to investigate the city's hidden corruption and questions his family's involvement. This movie is directed by Matt Reeves and it stars Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, Paul Dano, Jeffrey Wright, Colin Farrell, and Andy Serkis. This movie's absolutely a huge, delicious treat. I was so shocked at how good it was. So right off the top, let's address the elephant in the room. And yes, Robert Pattinson brings the wood. He is no longer, as some refer to as, Twilight Boy, sparkling and crying over teenage girls. He's graduated to a man, the Batman, the world's greatest detective. This portrayal of Batman is a lot different from Ben Affleck or Christian Bale's Batman. I feel like Ben Affleck's Batman was more angry at the world and the monsters in it, but Pattinson's Batman is way more sad and way more hurt and torn up inside. I mean, he's really up inside. If you've been following Robert Pattinson's career for the last 8 or 9 years, then you know that he's become such a great actor. And this Batman, he's more quiet than you've ever seen him, and that adds to his strength because Robert Pattinson gives such emotion when he's just looking at you. Like, that's a huge challenge in itself. He's also a huge physical presence. When he comes on screen, he's actually scary. So rest assured, Robert Pattinson has done a great job as being Batman, and he's going to be solidified as one of the greats. You know, there's one thing I can't get out of my head, and that is the musical score of the movie. Michael Giacchino hit a home run with this score. This music is so beautiful and so sad. And when the action hits, the music is so loud and bombastic, it's going to go down as one of the most iconic Batman theme songs in history. So let me set the expectations for you guys, because this movie is far different than any other Batman movie we've gotten in the past. This movie is a crime noir mystery / horror film. It's not even a movie, it's a noir film. 95% of this movie is Batman and Gordon investigating the crime scene and the murders. And that's the beauty of this movie, is that we get a detective noir film that we've never gotten before. This movie is like Seven meets Let Me In meets The Prisoners, all woven into one. One of my favorite things about this movie is Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. She is relentless as she tries to complete her own mission, but with Bruce Wayne, she cuts right through his scars. As you can see in the trailers, they start to develop this relationship, and that's because they have a lot in common. Zoe is not as iconic as Michelle Pfeiffer, but I think she's the perfect combination of tenacity and vulnerability. She's very seductive, guys. If you ever meet a woman with these qualities, run! Run! I really like Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon in this movie, and surprisingly, he's in the movie a lot more than you would expect. Him and Batman have formed this great professional relationship, and they kind of have each other's back. They're both uncorruptible. Oh my god, and Paul Dano as the Riddler is great. He's always this weird, seedy, crybaby freakazoid in all his movies. The audience in my theater, they woke up and paid extra close attention when he was on screen. And that's what he does, he draws you in. He's like a ferret with rabies. Very, very creepy. Also, Colin Farrell as the Penguin is unrecognizable. He practically steals the scene every time he comes on. Now let's discuss the negatives. This movie is so dark and grounded, I don't even know if I recommend this for children. It's not fantastical, it's not colorful, it's a film drama with horror elements. It's also close to 3 hours long, so you might find your kids asking, when is it over? Is it almost over, mommy? Another little negative is the portrayal of Bruce Wayne in this movie. There's little to no distinction between the Batman and Bruce Wayne. I mean, he's the same guy throughout the whole movie. And like I mentioned before, this movie's 95% Batman. So when Bruce Wayne is on screen, he's pretty much the Batman without the suit. I think this would have been a great opportunity to let the audience breathe for a second and get away from the Batman and just hang out with Bruce Wayne, the billionaire playboy, for just a little while. There is going to be some fans who are not going to be a fan of this movie, and I can honestly understand why. Just don't be afraid to admit if you didn't like this movie. I completely understand. Leave a comment below if it wasn't for you. But overall, this movie is awesome. The music is still stuck in my head. When I left the theater, all I wanted to do was talk about it with somebody. Robert Pattinson is terrifying as Batman. He's a huge physical presence, and he's quiet, and he's trying to figure out the mystery, and that's the detective that we've been looking for and waiting for all these years. This movie is more grounded and realistic than Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, and that for me is hard to believe. I didn't think that was possible at all. And with all that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and give The Batman an A-. So I'm going to see it again with my family, guys. I need a second viewing to get a full understanding of this movie, but I do want to make a separate breakdown and explanation video of The Batman later on this week, so watch out, stay tuned for that one. But the question is for you guys, did you like The Batman? And is Robert Pattinson the right choice as Batman? Did you like Ben Affleck better? Is Christian Bale still your favorite? Do you like Michael Keaton? Are you excited about Michael Keaton coming back? So that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for joining the channel. Thank you for watching the video. Take care of yourself. God bless, and we will see you on the next one.